Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here near Ajo. We're in Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, and we're going to this old ranch called Bates Well Ranch. We're about 19 minutes away. We're in a beautiful part of the desert here. A lot of people are camping out here. It's gorgeous. It's in the low 70s. And we're gonna keep heading on down that road. We're gonna check it out. It's a historic site. Nice and quiet out here. So it's a pretty smooth road. You can get down here with a passenger car, I suppose. The roads are in really good shape out here. So anyway, we're going to continue on down that road, and we're going to head to the ranch, and we'll meet up back there. Okay, we just pulled up. Really nice out here. There are a couple of buildings. I pulled up in front of one, but there were some people there, and I didn't want to interrupt them. So we're gonna head down here. Right in front of me, I see a couple structures. I'm gonna check these out. It looks like one's actually stabilized, so like they're gonna be trying to keep it alive as long as they can for people to enjoy it. And then there's a windmill. There's another one back over there by the other building. We're gonna check these ones out first, and then we're gonna make our way back to where the truck is and check that building out. Okay, so this is the building that they're stabilizing, and it definitely makes sense that they're stabilizing it because it's in pretty bad shape. They've actually done a really good job keeping it from collapsing. Got these supports and everything here. There's some sort of tank over here. Metal tin, probably from a roof or siding. Nice green door. Let's have a peek inside here. Floor is not too great in here. So there's probably a wood stove here at one point. The desert does get kind of cold at night, so that's why they had that. Then if you look over there, you can see screens in the windows still. See it right here where there was a screen. That got ripped out. So I wonder if this building is going to be stabilized next. Although it looks in a little better shape than that one does. Okay, yeah, so that's where that tin came from over there. It's part of this roof somewhere, I'm assuming. Pretty cool spot so far. Here's the windmill. It says something up there. Something El Paso, Texas. Something company, El Paso, Texas. I can't really read it because the sun's in my eyes. There's your water tank. Here are your water troughs for the animals. So it would come from that tank, and then they would fill up the water troughs for the animals here. In one of my last videos on the ranch where all that dangerous stuff has been happening, where I put those news articles in, what I thought were feeding troughs were actually water troughs. Someone was nice enough to correct me. I did get confused because, you know, feeding troughs do look the same, but these have water pipes going to them and holes for the pipe in there, so these are indeed water troughs. There's a lot of different corrals and pens in here. So this, at one point, was all fenced in. And over there, too. I'm sure they had horses, cattle, probably some chickens. So here's another building over here. I didn't see this one on the satellite maps. I guess it was kind of hidden. So this right here is where they would load the cattle in and out. There's an old sign here. This is part of the national monument that was put in. Probably saying something about smuggling and all sorts of things. This is the area where it is. We are fairly close to the border here. This building actually looks like they may have renovated it already. This wood looks rather new. Let's see if we can check it out. Oh yeah. Looks like they cleaned this one up a little bit. Rebuilt it. They did a pretty good job at it. This might have been a bunkhouse for the ranch hands. The thing that would be nice for a place like this is to have signs indicating what was what, and I don't see anything. These rafters are original, and it looks like they weren't in too bad shape. They just added some supports right there among the older ones. So now we're gonna head this way back towards the building by where I parked my truck. Check that one out. I actually bought my camera along with me today, so I'll be able to get some nice professional pictures of this place. And it's something I've been wanting to do, bring my camera on some of these trips, and I never really thought of it until today. So the first building I parked it by is down over there. So we're gonna go down there and check it out. So this property was developed by a guy named Robert Louis Gray's son, Henry, from 1935 on. And Henry lived here till his death in 1976, which is pretty cool. So this guy lived here a while. This place was built in 1935. And this was a cattle ranch. So it was the Gray family cattle. The Gray family had a cattle business. This was actually one of the 15 ranches and line camps in their cattle business, all scattered throughout the Sonoran Desert. So in my next video, we're actually going to be going to another one of these. So you will be seeing that one next. So this was one of them. This video should be coming out on Monday. Let's see if we can get a peek in here. It looks like they don't want us going in there. But let's see if we can at least get a peek. So here's that guy we were just talking about, Henry Gray. And here's some information. It says he was the last private owner of Bates Well and the last of the ranchers in the monument. Usually ranching is prohibited on lands administered by the National Park Service, but this was an exception. The Gray family had a ranch throughout the monument area for 17 years before the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument was established in 1937. They were allowed to continue partly because this country was their home and ranching their livelihood, even though their ranching operation conflicted with the NPS policies and caused many problems such as erosion and vegetation trampling. Henry survived the rest of his ranching family and was still running cattle on monument land until he died in 1976. It ended a long-standing and unresolved conflict of objectives. The Gray family goal to continue ranching on the land they considered home versus the NPS objective of conservation and protection of national resources. The cows are long gone, and Henry's house here in front of you is empty, and the land is beginning a slow recovery to its natural balance. So this was Henry's living quarters. This is where he lived. Now the dates on there are probably correct. I don't know if the ones I gave you from before are. Kind of hard to see. Try to get a peek in somewhere, and I'm not gonna step foot in here, but I would like to get a peek. Let's see if this will work. Oh yeah, there we go. And it looks like there's another room towards the front. entry is prohibited. I'm not going to enter, but I am going to just look in the front right here. And here's your kitchen. Table. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So I'm assuming they're in the process of renovating this as well. I guess that doesn't lock. But yeah, they're doing a great job stabilizing and rehabbing the buildings. I'm hoping they do this one and the other one with the green door. But yeah, this is the property. There's your other windmill over there. That one's in more sad shape than the other one. Small little ranch. I'm gonna get my camera out, take some cool pictures, and then I'm gonna be heading back in the truck, and we're gonna be going to the next location. Not a lot of buildings, but the ones that are here are pretty interesting to see. I've always wanted to come to this spot, so I'm glad I was able to take the trip out here today to do so. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. This is a great way to get more exposure for my channel. Sharing it and commenting helps boost the algorithm. But I would appreciate it. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and see you in the next one.